What if you could live up to 150 or longer, not just alive, but healthy, energized, and even look younger again? Hello YouTube! In this video, I'm going to break down the IDNA ETF on why I think it has the potential to become one of the biggest long-term investment opportunities, and why I personally believe in genomics technology and how it could completely change the future of healthcare. We're entering an era where advances in AI are accelerating breakthroughs in biology, especially in genomics. Things that once felt impossible are now starting to become real and practical. Because of that, many believe that genomics could become the next trillion-dollar market, and a lot of capital is already moving in this direction. Billionaires are already investing heavily in genomics to potentially reverse aging to preserve their legacy, and large institutional investors like BlackRock and JPMorgan are also putting serious money into the space. So what's the opportunity here? At its core, genomics is driven by two main technologies. First, there's gene sequencing. Think of this as a reader. This technology allows scientists to decode DNA and RNA and create identical digital dataset that can be analyzed, run simulations, and test outcomes digitally utilizing AI to better understand how everything works and connects. We're moving away from years of slow, expensive trial and error research and into a world where we can actually predict how biology works much faster, cheaper, and with higher accuracy. Then there's gene editing, backed by technology like CRISPR. If sequencing is the reader, then CRISPR is the writer. This technology allows scientists to directly modify and permanently change DNA, RNA, epigenetics, and even how proteins are produced to fix biological errors. When you combine these two, it's almost like having a genetic operating system. For the first time in human history, we're not just stuck with what Mother Nature gave to us. We now have the tools to change and manipulate the biological source code. So right now, most of the money in genomics is focused on drug discovery, personalized medicine, diagnostic, and potentially treating disease like Alzheimer's, diabetes, heart disease, and even cancer. It's also being used in agriculture to increase crop yields and improve nutritional value beyond traditional GMO products. But the long-term opportunity goes far much beyond that. In theory, gene editing could reshape human biology itself, enhancing physical and cognitive abilities and reducing vulnerability to certain diseases. It could also be used to engineer plants, algae that can capture carbon more efficiently, or turn microbes into living factories that produce fuels, medicines, or even help to clean up environmental issues. The point is that the scope of what this technology can do goes way beyond just healthcare. Because of this potential, many major biotech companies are jumping in and competing for the market share. Companies like Twist Biosciences, Pacific Biosciences, Revolution Medicines, Moderna, Bayer, Regeneron, and Merck are all leaders in gene sequencing, research, and drug development. On the gene editing side, companies like CRISPR Therapeutics, Intellia, Vertex, and Ginkgo Bioworks are pushing towards DNA editing and biological engineering. But with so many companies competing, it's extremely difficult to predict which one will be the long-term winner. If I had to pick a single company, it would probably be CRISPR. But instead of trying to pick one winner, I prefer broader exposure like IDNA ETF, which provides low-cost, highly diversified exposure to the genomic space without having to bet on one single company. Another important point is risk. This industry requires massive amounts of capital research and development, and many genomics companies are burning tons of cash and aren't profitable yet. However, about 40% of IDNA portfolio is made up of large profitable pharmaceutical companies, which helps balance innovation with some stability and lower volatility. As AI continues to improve, I believe the genomic industry will grow exponentially. We've seen similar patterns before with AI itself. Neural networks were introduced all the way back in the 1940s, but for decades, it stayed mostly theoretical because computers back then simply weren't powerful enough to process massive training datasets at scale. Once GPU technology finally caught up, AI went impossible to practical and real, and is now integrated into our daily lives and evolving faster than ever. I think we're seeing a similar shift happening in genomics. The concept of gene sequencing, gene editing have existed in medicine for a very long time, but with AI now doing all the heavy liftings, analyzing massive biological data sets, predicting outcomes, designing and testing simulation digitally, we're able to discover new drugs, therapies faster and cheaper than ever before. And that's why I believe genomics could fundamentally change our healthcare system. And this is why I believe in genomics could be one of the biggest investment opportunities in the future, and will continue to accumulate IDNA. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.